Reverend Insanity, Chapter 2, 500 Years of Knowledge. Rain continued to fall outside the window. Thin streams of water slid across the wooden frame, while the mountain air carried a quiet chill through the room. Standing beside the open window was a young boy. His appearance looked ordinary enough, thin shoulders, pale hands, youthful face. But behind those eyes lived a man who had already walked through 5 centuries. Fang Yuan lowered his gaze and looked at his own hands. Small, soft, powerless. Not long ago, those same hands had stood against the combined forces of the world. Those hands once held the legendary Spring Autumn Cicada. Those hands once climbed mountains of corpses and crossed rivers of blood. And now, they belonged to a teenager once again. For a long moment, Fang Yuan remained silent. Then slowly, the corners of his lips curved upward. The Spring Autumn Cicada had truly worked. Legends spoke of a river that flowed through time itself. A current that carried every life, every rise and fall, every moment forward. And by sacrificing everything, one could force themselves against that current and return upstream. Most people never dared try, because the price was absurd. Your cultivation, your body, your life, and even after sacrificing all of it, there was no certainty. You could lose everything for nothing, if not for being cornered at death's door. Even Fang Yuan may never have activated it. Yet reality now stood before him. He had succeeded. He was back, 500 years into the past. He closed his eyes briefly. A strange feeling appeared inside him. Not joy, not excitement, just calm acceptance. There was regret. After all, he had spent unimaginable effort obtaining that goo. Countless enemies, countless struggles, countless sacrifices, all gone, and the Spring-Autumn Cicada itself had disappeared. But Fang Yuan's thoughts quickly moved on. His expression steadied, because compared to what he had gained, that loss meant little. The true treasure had returned with him. 500 years of memory. 500 years of experience. That was his real advantage. Hidden inheritances. Future geniuses. Treasures waiting to be discovered. Places nobody knew existed. Wars that had not yet started. Opportunities still sleeping beneath history. Everything. Others walked forward blind. Fang Yuan already knew parts of the map. A person with knowledge could move differently. Strike earlier. Choose better. Walk farther. But his eyes gradually narrowed, because he immediately noticed a problem. Knowledge alone changed nothing. His current body was weak. Too weak. Right now, he wasn't the terrifying demon feared across regions. He wasn't even a cultivator. He had not opened his cultivation path. He was merely mortal. And mortals died easily. A mountain beast could kill him. A mistake could kill him. Even knowing 10,000 opportunities meant nothing if he lacked the strength to claim them. Fang Yuan quietly organized his thoughts. His future plans. His resources. His timing. Eventually, he reached one conclusion. Cultivate. Everything begins there. Without cultivation, all future advantages become meaningless. His gaze drifted beyond the rain. The mountains stretched endlessly into darkness. In his previous life, this place felt enormous. Now, Qingmao Mountain felt small. Too small. Like a cage. But cages had value. They restricted freedom, yet protected those inside. For now, remaining inside this cage was the correct move. Grow stronger. Reach enough cultivation. Then leave. Simple. His eyes moved slightly. Tomorrow, the awakening ceremony. That event changed his previous life completely. At the thought, Fang Yuan quietly laughed. Talent. Such an interesting word. People worship talent, fear talent, depend on talent, as though it alone decided everything. Suddenly, the door creaked open. A teenager stepped inside. Younger, shorter, and strangely familiar. Fang Zheng, his twin brother. The younger boy looked awkward standing there. Big brother, why are you standing near the open window? Simple concern. Nothing unusual. But Fang Yuan looked at him quietly. This face, this person, 500 years later. Their relationship became something entirely different. As children, people constantly compared them. One praised, one overlooked. Everyone said, learn from your brother. You should become more like Fang Yuan. Nobody noticed what that does to a child. People remembered Fang Yuan. Fang Zheng became Fang Yuan's younger brother. Not himself, not his own person, just someone standing in another's shadow. Fang Yuan understood this now. His thoughts moved further. His uncle, his aunt, their fake kindness, the inheritance, the pressure, his own childhood. Originally, he wanted to live quietly, hide himself, but survival forced him to stand out. His intelligence, his poems, his calm attitude, those things created his reputation. But they also created distance. Eventually, his cold personality became real, and everyone accepted it. Fang Yuan looked at Fang Zheng. There was no anger, no resentment, nothing, because after 500 years, he finally understood. People act for themselves. His relatives, his brother, his enemies, even those who killed him. Everyone simply followed their desires. That was all. No need to hate. No need to forgive. Only move forward. Because his destination never changed. Immortality. That goal remained. And anyone standing in that direction would eventually be left behind. Fang Yuan finally spoke. His voice calm. You should rest. Fang Zheng froze. For a brief moment, he felt something strange, as though his brother standing there wasn't really his brother anymore. Those eyes, too quiet, too old, too deep. Fang Zheng quietly nodded, then stepped backward and closed the door. The room returned to silence. Rain continued falling. Outside, Guyaway village slept peacefully. Inside, the person who once became the world's most feared demon opened his eyes once more. Tomorrow, everything would begin again. But this time, history would not repeat itself. Subscribe for more and follow to continue Fang Yuan's journey in the next chapter.